Tafari Benti stands as a pivotal figure in Ethiopia's tumultuous history. His life and rule were deeply intertwined with the complexities of revolution, ideology, and power struggles. This essay delves into Benti's journey, from his humble beginnings to his tragic demise. It examines his profound impact on Ethiopia's political and social landscape. Benti's story is one of ambition, transformation, and ultimately, tragedy. It is a story etched in the annals of Ethiopian history. His rise to power mirrored his nation's dramatic shift from monarchy to military rule. Benti's embrace of Marxist-Leninist ideology shaped his policies, leading to sweeping changes. These changes affected land ownership, agriculture, and the very structure of Ethiopian society. However, his rule was also marked by internal conflicts and challenges, including famine and political repression. Benti's assassination in 1977 marked a turning point, paving the way for a new chapter in Ethiopia's revolutionary era. Tafari Benti was born on October 11, 1921, in the village of Dejazmak Benti in the Amhara region of Ethiopia. His early life was modest, but his intelligence and determination shone through. He received a basic education before joining the Ethiopian army. Benti's military career progressed steadily. He rose through the ranks, demonstrating leadership and tactical acumen. He gained valuable experience, particularly during his time at the Holeta Military Academy. Benti's military service exposed him to the inequalities and injustices that plagued Ethiopian society. He witnessed firsthand the plight of the peasantry and the deep-seated poverty that afflicted many. These experiences sowed the seeds of his future political convictions. They fueled his desire for change and social justice. Benti's military background provided him with the discipline, strategic thinking, and organizational skills that would later characterize his leadership. The 1970s witnessed a period of immense political upheaval in Ethiopia. Years of simmering discontent with Emperor Haile Selassie's autocratic rule reached a boiling point. The Ethiopian army, a microcosm of the nation's frustrations, became a catalyst for change. The Derg, also known as the Coordinating Committee of the Armed Forces, emerged from this climate of unrest. This military junta, composed of lower-ranking officers and soldiers, sought to overthrow the emperor and establish a new order. Benti, by then a respected military figure, joined the Derg. His experience, coupled with his growing political consciousness, made him a valuable asset to the burgeoning revolutionary movement. In a bloodless coup in 1974, the Derg deposed Emperor Haile Selassie. This event marked the end of an era, shattering centuries of dynastic rule and ushering in a new chapter in Ethiopian history. Following the overthrow of Emperor Haile Selassie, the Derg found itself at the helm of a nation in transition. Tafari Benti, known for his charisma and intellect, emerged as a leading figure within the Derg. His military background earned him respect, while his commitment to social justice resonated with many. On November 28, 1974, Benti was appointed head of state. The soldier had become a statesman, tasked with leading a nation through profound transformation. Section 5. The Marxist-Leninist Blueprint. Tafari Benti's ideological leanings played a crucial role in shaping the policies of his government. Influenced by Marxist-Leninist thought, Benti sought to dismantle what he perceived as the vestiges of feudalism and imperialism in Ethiopia. Central to Benti's vision was the nationalization of land and industries. He believed that by bringing these key sectors under state control, Ethiopia could achieve economic equality and social justice. The collectivization of agriculture, inspired by Soviet models, aimed to boost agricultural production and improve the lives of farmers. These policies, though well-intentioned, proved to be highly disruptive and faced resistance from various segments of society. Benti's government also implemented sweeping changes in education, healthcare, and social welfare. These reforms, though ambitious, were often hampered by logistical challenges, resource constraints, and internal opposition. Section 6. Land to the People. Agrarian Reforms. One of the most significant undertakings of Tafari Benti's government was the Radical Land Reform Program. Aimed at addressing historical land inequalities, the program sought to redistribute land from wealthy landowners to landless peasants. The government nationalized all rural land, abolishing the traditional system of land tenure. Large land holdings were broken up, and land was redistributed to peasant associations. This move was intended to empower the rural population and boost agricultural productivity. While the land reform program was initially met with enthusiasm by many peasants, its implementation faced numerous challenges. The lack of adequate infrastructure, technical expertise, and financial resources hindered its effectiveness. Moreover, the forced collectivization of agriculture, which accompanied land reform, proved to be unpopular among many farmers. The disruption of traditional farming practices and the imposition of quotas led to resentment and resistance. Section 7. Battling Famine, a Crisis of Scarcity. Tafari Benti's rule was marked by a devastating famine that gripped Ethiopia in the mid-1970s. The famine, exacerbated by drought and exacerbated by government policies, resulted in widespread suffering and loss of life. The collectivization of agriculture, while intended to increase food production, had the unintended consequence of disrupting traditional farming practices and discouraging private initiative. The government's response to the famine was criticized as slow and inadequate. Accusations of mismanagement and corruption further fueled public anger. The famine had a profound impact on Benti's leadership, eroding public confidence and highlighting the challenges of implementing radical social and economic reforms. Section 8. Shadows of Repression, the Price of Dissent. As Tafari Benti consolidated his power, his government became, increasingly intolerant of dissent. The Derg, initially a broad-based movement, gradually transformed into a more authoritarian regime. Opposition to Benti's policies, whether from those who opposed his Marxist-Leninist ideology or those who felt marginalized by his reforms, was met with repression. The government silenced critics, imprisoned dissidents, and curtailed freedom of speech. The period known as the Red Terror witnessed widespread human rights abuses and extrajudicial killings. While Benti's supporters argued that these measures were necessary to maintain order and advance the revolution, his critics condemned them as brutal and unjustified. The legacy of this period of repression continues to haunt Ethiopia. Section 9. The Mengistu Challenge, Seeds of Discord. Within the Derg, a power struggle simmered between Tafari Benti and Mengistu Haile Mariam, a ruthless military officer with his own ambitions. Mengistu, who held a powerful position within the Derg's security apparatus, gradually consolidated his power base. The rivalry between Benti and Mengistu stemmed from ideological differences, personal ambitions, and a struggle for control of the revolutionary agenda. Mengistu, known for his ruthlessness and pragmatism, challenged Benti's leadership. As tensions escalated, the Derg became increasingly factionalized. The once united front against the monarchy fractured into competing camps, each vying for dominance. Mengistu skillfully exploited these divisions, positioning himself as a strongman capable of restoring order and crushing dissent. The stage was set for a showdown that would have far-reaching consequences for Ethiopia. Section 10. A leader assassinated. The end of an era. On February 3, 1977, Tafari Benti's life was cut short. He was assassinated in what became known as the Flame Palace Massacre. This event, shrouded in mystery and intrigue, marked a turning point in the Ethiopian Revolution. While the exact circumstances surrounding Benti's assassination remain contested, it is widely believed that Mengistu Haile Mariam orchestrated the plot. Benti's death paved the way for Mengistu's rise to absolute power. The Flame Palace Massacre eliminated a key rival and allowed Mengistu to consolidate his grip on the Derg. It ushered in a period of even greater repression and brutality known as the Red Terror. Benti's assassination shocked the nation and sent ripples of fear through Ethiopian society. It extinguished the hopes of those who had seen him as a potential force for moderation and reconciliation. Section 11. Legacy and Impact. Benti's Ethiopia. Tafari Benti's legacy remains complex and contested. He is remembered by some as a visionary leader. His commitment to social justice and land reform left a mark on Ethiopia. However, his rule was marred by political repression and famine. The Red Terror cast a long shadow over his legacy. Despite controversies, Benti's impact is undeniable. Conclusion. A life etched in history. Tafari Benti's life and legacy remain etched in Ethiopian history. From modest beginnings to leading a revolution, his ambition and commitment were unwavering. Benti's Marxist-Leninist embrace transformed land ownership, agriculture, and social welfare. His rule faced internal strife, economic challenges, and political repression. The Red Terror under Mengistu tarnished Benti's legacy. Benti's assassination in 1977 ended a life of promise and contradiction. His death ushered in Mengistu's brutal rule. Despite controversies, Benti's impact on Ethiopia is undeniable.